Welcome back to Tiger Dragonstone's podcast, the Spiritual Awakening Show. So today, we don't have a question, we have a meme. It has a picture of a gorilla scratching his head, or her head, and it says, "Empaths be like, I'm so confused. I love and care for people, but I don't like being around them." Now, I know many people experience this sort of self-contradiction. You feel you're a loving a person, but you don't like being around people. You don't like people, actually. There are many pointers I can give you as to why this is a thing within your life. So one of them is what you believe love to be is not really love. If you was truly living from the place of love, you could not feel uneasy at all. Love is always whole. Love is not divisive. Love is that which unifies because it's always whole. Love cannot be broken. Love is always whole. So when you are understanding that the source of what you are, the source of the mind, is this mystery that allows the mind to appear. This is mind space. That space is love. That space is whole. You cannot find it to divide it, because it's always whole. And it's before the experience, it's before the senses. Another word we use, of course, is consciousness. But another word we use is love. So actual love cannot be divided. Actual love does not know fear. Fear is scared of love, if anything. Because fear disappears when love comes. Because love is whole and fear is divisive. Because you are fearing a thing, subject-object relationship. Love is only one. It's complete oneness. Like when you fall in love with someone, you're in them. Right? Of course, it's metaphorically speaking, but you become one. You say that, you feel it. Even the love of your mother, you feel safe. That's love. So if you're not liking people, then you're not coming from the place of love. You're not living from the actual place of love. Because love doesn't like or dislike. It's always whole. Like and dislike is beneath love. Love loves everybody and cares for everybody and cannot feel uneased by life. So there's nothing to be confused about. It's simply that life has brought you to this place where you gotta look at yourself more seriously and ask these questions. Am I actually just trying to be something I'm not? Because even the label empath, I said it before, it doesn't help one's growth in terms of understanding that no label is what you truly are. If you understand that essentially you are not the label empath, you are just using it or people use it on you, that's fine. But if you really adhere to that label, then you'll be adhering to all the beliefs and traditions that come around the label empath. These arbitrary beliefs. An empath is like this, empath is like that. You're not an empath, I'm an empath. I'm not an empath, you're an empath. He's a good empath. He's a bad empath. She's a queen empath. Oh, the way she loves is amazing. Oh, she really feels things, yeah. How can you be better at being a source of reality, an expression of a source of reality than someone else? You are all the source of reality. You're all expressions as that source, of that source. Just as in a dream, everybody's equal, you realize when you wake up. So it's time to wake up and realize we are all equal. You're not an empath and I'm not an empath. I'm not an empath and you are an empath. It's not like that. It seems as though there are levels, but that's not love's perspective. So when we are coming from the place of love, we see that we are all this oneness. I don't like being around them, it says. I don't like being around people. Can you imagine if love was a person? Do you think that person would dislike being around people? Do you think that person would have open arms for everybody? I do. That's love. Do you think love would find it hard to live life if love was a person? I don't. Can you not picture this love character being completely open and understanding of everything? That's love. So my friend, you are simply, whoever made this meme, you're simply not, and everybody who's liked the meme, over 400 people, you are simply not coming from the actual place of love. You're coming from the place of doing, that doing love. And that's not really love to me. Love doesn't have to do something, because love is not needy. Because empaths feel they must love people, as starseeds, I must love people, must heal the world, must do this, do that. And that's fine. It helps people. But just try not to confuse it for actual source love. If you feel that it is effort, then you're not coming from a place of love. You're coming from a place of mind or ego, even spiritual ego. Sometimes we need to, it's fine. But just try and see you're not coming from a place of love if you're in fear, if you're disliking people. I would suggest. So don't be a ape scratching your head. Simply understand that you are that source love. Another word for it is consciousness. Another word for it is God. You are that, essentially speaking. Live as that and everything else will fall into place. Love is not something you find. Love is not something that divides. Love is something that's divine. And love is that which you are. You don't do love, you are love. You don't do helping people. You help people just to help people. And this is a part of the karma yoga, selfless action. As it says in the Bhagavad Gita, selfless action. Another form of love. You don't have to like people's actions. You don't have to like people, full stop. But just understand you are living as a person. You are perceiving as the person, as the mind there. Only the mind judges. If you was truly living as love, the ultimate empath or the ultimate loving being, then you would not have any judgments. And you'd feel fine and safe in a big crowd of people if you was living from the place of love. You wouldn't be like, oh, there's so many people around. Oh, I'm overwhelmed. It would be like, oh, there's this one experience. Oh, this is consciousness expressing itself. Oh, love allowed this to happen. Singular. See, these are unifying words, unifying understandings. So I don't want to go on for too long. I hope this helps you, and I'll see you in the next, or you'll see me in the next podcast, or hear me. Take care. Thank you for listening or watching this episode. If you are listening to it on my podcast, please follow. If you're watching this podcast on YouTube, please subscribe, and you'll stay up to date with the latest answers to the many interesting questions that the spiritual world has to offer. See you in the next one.